Hi friends, today we are going to finish coloring up our Keith Haring figures that we started last time. We drew 3 different figures on our paper and we added those action lines to show movement. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to pick 3 different colors for our figures. And so I tried to pick 3 very different colors, very bright colors. I am going to start by coloring in the middle person here. And again, I personally love using markers for this because markers are really nice and bold, and you can kind of get really nice dark colors. If you don't have markers, crayons would be fine too, but markers would definitely be my first choice, but use whatever you have. I'll even trace around the outside of my person first. I like doing my person in a solid color, and then my background is going to be where all the patterns are, so you can really see those persons kind of stand out. You can even use a combination of markers and crayons when you're coloring, because crayons definitely you can get lighter with them and do some of your patterns in marker and then color behind it. Again, that's up to you. Okay. Got my first person done here in green. Do one in pink. Again, pick really bright, fun colors. Keith Haring's pictures are always filled with really bright, bold colors. I always like to trace around the outside of my shapes, just in case I go outside of the lines. And again, this is completely your choice what colors you'd like to color in your Keith Haring figures. That spot there. There you go. And my last one is going to be orange. Now before I start coloring in the background and adding different kinds of patterns, I really do like to trace lines around the people, kind of like radiating off of the people. So I'm going to pick some colors that I haven't used yet for each, and I'm going to trace around them. Now again, you could do more of a patterned line, you could do a striped line, a zigzag line. The sky is the limit, and you can add whatever kind of patterns you want. All right, I have all 3 of my people colored in nice and bold colors. I am going to pick 2 colors to trace around each one. I'm going to trace around using a color that I have not used yet on that person. It could be a color that I've used on this picture, but I think I'm going to do my green here. And I am going to start by tracing a dark green line. Now my person, again, it could be any color of choice, it's up to you. And now I'm going to use yellow. you have any highlighters at home too, I know these are fluorescent markers, but highlighters have really neon colors that are kind of fun to work with too. I'm going to do this to each person using 2 different colors just to make that person really pop. The next one I'm going to use orange here. Maybe I'll start with start with a darker color on the inside, but again, up to you. And again, if this is something you don't want to start with, maybe you're thinking you want your design to look different, that is totally up to you. You can get creative. I just think this is kind of a fun start. Okay, and then my last person here. Okay, so now that I have those lines around my Keith Haring figures, now I'm going to start adding my designs and patterns. Really, you can change your designs and patterns as often as you want. You could do each kind of corner in a different pattern. It's up to you. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with doing some lines around my T-bone. I'm trying to decide what color I want to use. I haven't used any blue yet, so I think blue is a good way to start. So I'm going to start by doing a zigzag line. My person. This marker's kind of running out. And maybe I'm going to do my next one. Think about zigzag lines, wavy lines, loopy lines. You don't have to color in your whole paper. You definitely can leave some of your paper uncolored in too. Okay, so now I have those lines in here. I'm going to go in and add some stripes. And then maybe I'm going to add some checkerboard in another spot. Again, you're also welcome to add different kinds of objects and things in your picture as well if you want them to be interacting with different objects. Like I love the idea of music notes, or if you have a sport like a ball or something that they're playing with, it's up to you. I'm just going to kind of keep rotating these colors. Maybe for this one, I'm just going to keep making that zigzag go off the paper here. Maybe some polka dots too. Definitely work with some shapes. Maybe some hearts to show the love. I love this yellow. This yellow is so vibrant. But I really want you to get creative, have fun with this, kind of filling in your background. You definitely can leave some white space. Sometimes I really like the contrast between the white space. Sometimes when I run out of ideas, sometimes just tracing around those objects over and over again is pretty effective. It's kind of a cool radiating pattern. And definitely these lines create some movement that takes your eye around the paper. Lines, and when I think I'm done, I'm going to go back in and see if there's anything else I can add to it. I'm going to add some stripes in these little areas that I left a little too much white space. And if you're somebody that doesn't want to leave any white space, you can definitely go in, I would say probably crayons going over top of your areas that have white would be fun, because then you can do it a little bit later without getting rid of all your fun patterns. You can definitely fill in some more with some solid colors. I'm going to add one more little spot here. I am loving this bright yellow. I'm going to add some more of that. Maybe some more dots. So friends, it's really up to you what you'd like to add to your picture, what kind of designs and patterns and colors. Just make sure that your people in your picture really pop. So you want to make sure that you trace around them, really emphasize them with different kinds of lines. But you don't want them to blend into the background. So whatever color you do them, definitely use different colors around them and kind of emphasize their movements. But I really want you to have fun with this, get creative, and I can't wait to see what you come up with. Great job, friends.